Hey guys, my name is Sam. Welcome to my channel where I talk about home loans, finances, and building wealth through real estate. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the Hometown Heroes program that the state of Florida has just passed to help frontline workers with down payment and closing costs to acquire their first home. So this is a great program because in the state of Florida, we have a housing crisis. It's becoming unaffordable to live here, especially for our frontline workers who don't make enough to save for the heavy cost of purchasing a home, which is going to be your closing costs and your down payment. So with this program, the state of Florida has a $100 million fund to help our frontline workers get into the path of home ownership. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what that looks like. But first, let's go through some alarming stats here. So here you can see to afford a medium priced home in the state of Florida, to afford that mortgage payment, you would need to be earning at least 62,000 per year. But the average salaries for most hometown heroes fall well short of that. So in this graph, you can see our EMTs are making on average 33,000. Our licensed nurses are making about 46,000. I know some are making more, depends if they're nurse practitioners, things like that. But on average, guys, these are what the salaries they're making here. Even firefighters, they're making just under $50,000. Our school teachers, we all know that they're underpaid, underappreciated. They're not making the income needed to be able to afford a home. So with this program, it's a $100 million fund. Now, this is not a gift. This is a loan. So it has to be paid back. But here's the thing. There's no interest on this loan. So you don't have to pay this back until you either sell the home or you refinance. So either those two things have to happen. So if you pay off the home, then you pay that loan back, or if you refinance, you pay that loan back. So here's how it works. You can receive up to 5% of the total loan amount for a maximum of 25,000. So what does that mean? So that means depending on what your purchase price is, you can borrow up to 5% of that so that you can use as down payment assistance and for closing costs. So this is great for people that want to get into these homes in Florida where they're seeing the values go up. And most of the time, these loan programs, they want you to have, 3.5%, 5%, sometimes 10% of the purchase price. So with the Hometown Heroes program, they'll allow you to borrow up to 5% of the total loan amount for a maximum of 25,000 that you can include or add to your closing costs and your down payment assistance. So this is great. And I think for most frontline workers that struggle to, come up with a down payment or come up with closing costs, this is like a relief because what? They got school loans, they got car notes, they have childcare, they have all these things in addition to, and the cost of living expenses. They're paying rent, they got to buy food, they got to buy gas. So it's going to be hard to save a down payment and closing costs, especially if you have all those debt obligations and the price of the home is just way out of reach where you can't be able to afford that down payment. So this is a program that I like, guys. And here's another thing that's good about this. When you get into this program and say you sell the house or you refinance, then that money that you pay back to the state goes back into the fund to help another frontline worker. So the money kind of recycles, and that way it keeps the fund funded so that money doesn't run out. And frontline workers, people in our community that serve us, can continue to afford housing. So I like that for that reason. And I think it's a great program. So, so again, who does this benefit? Hometown Heroes benefits law enforcement officers, correctional officers, probation officers, firefighters, paramedics, EMTs, healthcare professionals, our education administrators. They benefit all of them. And here's what I'll do. I'll put a link in the description of some of these resources so that if you're a frontline worker or community worker that this applies to, you can go to either your lender that you're working with or a mortgage professional to help you get into this program if you meet the criteria. So check for those links in the description. And if you guys want me to go more in depth into the Hometown Heroes program, how it works and the benefits of it, a more in-depth discussion, just let me know and I'll create another video with your questions answered. All right. So thank you guys for watching. Please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. And I'll see you guys on the next video.